Angry guy here, and passport sisters leaving the West are not finding the same success as passport bros. Passport sisters leaving the West are not finding the same success as passport bros. I mean, it should not surprise anyone. We're going to be jumping to a video that's actually titled Passport Doctor Sis Rejected by Foreign Men. Let's go ahead and look at the video.
Hey, what's going on, good people? In this video, we're going to be talking about passport sister movement that seems to be going on, and it's not quite going very well for Western women. They can't even keep a man overseas. But the solo traveler on his channel, he did a video the other day talking about the TLC show. I think it's 90 Day Fiance or Love of Abroad, one of them.
Quizás es simplemente tratar de denigrarme y pensar de que yo dándole mente a lo que ella me dice, no voy a echar para adelante. Pero me da pasar una vergüenza. No quiero ser alguien.
And that's the worst thing. A woman, she's disrespecting him in front of the whole family. The man, he's the man of the house. And she's saying those things, discouraging things that is like, you don't do that, especially out of the United States.
So basically, this woman travels overseas. She meets this guy's family, and she's being disrespectful in front of this guy's family. She's saying derogatory things. She's making him look bad. And if you look at her face, she's just there rolling her eyes and expressing that she doesn't care. Let me explain something. In other countries, respect means a lot. Respect means a lot. And you don't go in front of someone's family and be disrespectful. This is some serious, like, you go to some Hispanic countries and you go before someone's parents, and there could be a lot of anger if you are not respectful, if you don't conduct yourself in a certain way. Like, these are people who don't play games. This is not a Western country. Like, you need to learn how to conduct yourself and show proper respect, because you're not dealing with, you think everyone is like, is going to sit around and act proper and, oh my goodness, well, blah. No. You go to another country and you have to understand these people will deal with things in a very different way than they'll deal with them in the United States, if you understand what I'm trying to say. And I know many of you do. And modern women, they believe that they can bring bad attitudes and disrespect wherever they go, and everyone is going to adjust to that. And they don't comprehend that what goes in the West does not go in the rest of the world.
Yo no me cargo mucho.
Si él quiere aprender inglés, papi, llévatelo para allá. ¿Por qué tú no vienes para acá? If you want Valentine go to you to United States, why you don't come here?
Sí.
Because I'm the breadwinner. That's number one.
Oh.
How dare you? There's really no nice way to say it. You understand that I make the most on it.
Wow. Oh my gosh. I know you guys don't like when I interrupt, but I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. She just literally checked this man like, listen, I'm the breadwinner. I make the most. I wear the pants, and this is how it is. I can't, this is just like, wow. She literally said in front of his family, and when it comes to learning Spanish, she's like not down with that. Like, she feels like she's too entitled to learn Spanish. Like, let me tell y'all something that a lot of guys don't understand. The passport bros are learning Spanish it is unbelievable. I see black dudes speaking Spanish. I'm like, what? And listen to me. You got white dudes going over to Africa, mastering Afrikaan. That's a language in Africa. You have white dudes going to Africa, mastering Afrikaan. Like the men aren't messing around. Men aren't messing around. They are learning these languages rapidly, because they'll tell you won't get what you're really supposed to get if you don't know the language. And they are studying and they are learning. Men are working hard, and women are not willing to put in that investment that men are because men will do what they have to do to get what they want. Women feel entitled to say that, no, the world revolves around me, everything revolves around me. Oh, you want to be in a relationship with me? You need to learn English. You need to learn English. What about my parents? My parents don't speak Spanish, don't speak English. Okay, well, then they need to learn English too if they want to speak to me, because I'm an American. Like that's just so unbelievable. And then you sit before someone, you go in front of someone's parents, and you shame them in front of someone's parents, and you say right in front of someone's parents, listen, I am better. I'm the breadwinner. I'm the one with the money, and your son needs to get with the program. And this is the man that's supposed to marry you. And guys, these are people, it's a television show, but these are people who are actually getting married. Like once you get married, you sign a dotted line, it's no longer a game. And this is the attitude. Her attitude, saying this in front of his family, shaming him in front of his family, and they're supposed to get married. And she's letting him know, I have the money. You're just here because I say you're here. Could you imagine? You could never say that to a woman. You could never say that, listen, I'm the one with the money. You and basically you would never a lot of guys would jump on you if you said something like that to a woman. Like, bro, that's disrespectful. Yes, you make the money, but at the same time, she's also contributing to the household. She's not your servant. And that's exactly what men would check other men. Like, listen, she's not your servant. But then you have a woman basically telling the guy, like, listen, I make the money. You do what I tell you to do. You live where I tell you to live. You speak what language I tell you to speak, and that's it. And she's out of her element. She is out of her element. She's in front of his family. All right. And she's not in her own element. And she has no problem being disrespectful and being outwardly saying this the way that she wants to say it. And with a grin on her face too. Like, who would do something like this? Who would do something? Y'all think I'm going to go down to Mexico and disrespect some Mexican girl in front of her family in Sinaloa or Guerrero or Mitch McCon? You guys are Tijuana. You guys are crazy. Are you crazy? Come on. People could switch it up on you real quickly. Women enjoy this false sense of security in the United States, and then they feel like when they leave the U.S., they can go and do whatever they want anywhere else and say whatever they want anywhere else. And it's not a matter of male or female. Women in these countries will check them too. You say that in front of someone's mother. I don't know what the heck is going on.
Second, I am a physician, a practicing physician that's doing extremely well. It would be foolish for me to leave my career as a physician, my businesses that I own and operate, to come to the DR and live a poverty lifestyle. Let's be honest. What are we talking about?
Whoa, my gosh. It would be foolish for me to leave my position as a physician and come to the Dominican Republic and live a potter's lifestyle. Bro. Oh my gosh. So here's what ended up happening. She's going. This is some Angela Bassett stuff ish. She went down to this country and thought she was going to buy a man. All right, and treat this dude like a servant. She had no intention of this man being the leader of the household. All right, she basically decided that she's the king. All right, she's the king. Okay, and this is her domain. So she's gonna go and find someone who's going to be on her arm and make her look good and give her children. So she went down to the DR and said that she's gonna get herself a DR Chad, and she's gonna be in charge. And look at this. And she literally said, "I'm a physician." Like, wow, men don't do these things. Men do not do these things. Men are not this disrespectful. Most men will never dream of saying these things. All right. unless they're a bit tipsy and they've had a few drinks, gotten a few drinks in them. Most men are never gonna say these types of things because it's just outlandish. And she just literally said, "I'm above you," all right, and I'm not giving that up. She's not willing to make any changes whatsoever to her lifestyle. She's not willing to compromise. She's not willing to say, okay, well, you know what? I make this amount of money and, we're going to form a family. Because I could understand her saying, we're going to form a family and this is the amount of money that I make, so I don't want to give up the career entirely because it can help us even here in the DR. So what I can do is I can work part of the year in the United States, and we can have that money, we can have that income, and it'll help to make our lives a lot better here in the DR. But what she's saying is like literally, no, this is how it's going to be. You're going to come back to the US, you're going to live in my house, you're going to do what I say, and we're going to go there, and we're going to go from there because I'm the breadwinner. Like this is one of the reasons why a lot of dudes should never ever get into a relationship with someone who's making more money than they are, because they will feel that they are better than you and that they control that relationship. And it will speak down to you. They'll speak down to your parents. They'll speak down to your friends. They'll speak down to your family. They'll speak down. They will speak down, and they'll let you know. And this is how they feel because they have the money, so they have the value. When they have a relationship between a man and a woman, the man does not treat the woman as someone that has less value than him. All right? They basically define the roles in the relationships. As my job in the relationship is to provide and protect. Your job is to be a nurturer. You basically you cook, you clean, you provide emotional support. You take care of the children. That's basically it. It's not a hard job, and in return, I make sure that I provide everything that you need. And within reason, I also contribute to housework. I have my specific jobs. You have your jobs. It's crazy, but I'm being so honest. I'm being very, very honest, right? Because most men do contribute in the house, and that's not something that is new. You go back even 100 years ago, men have been contributing in the house. They may not have been washing the dishes, but they were out mowing the grass. You know how mowing the lawn? Do you know how long it takes to mow lawn? All right, and that's a job that men still do. Or they're climbing up a ladder, cleaning out the gutters. Or during the winter time, they're out shoveling the snow and cleaning out and clearing the driveway. In the fall, they're out there blowing the leaves and cleaning and raking the leaves and cleaning up all those leaves and bagging them up. When the trash is full, dad comes, picks up the trash, takes the trash out, puts it to the side. Mom doesn't want to touch that. Okay? When the sink gets clogged, dad's down there with his tool set, taking off the parts and cleaning out all the gunk. When the toilet is clogged, dad is there plunging it and snaking it and trying to get that unclogged. When there's something wrong and and you have to go under the house or go into a crawl space, dad is there going into the crawl space. All right? And you don't even know what's in those crawl spaces. Sometimes you have snakes, spiders, cockroaches, rats. You don't even know, and then you don't even know if there's like a loose hanging nail. This is not pleasant. And dad has to man up. Or there's a strange knock at the door, and you don't have a Ring doorbell. How long has this has been? Ring is relatively new, and even with Ring. Oh, there's a strange man at the door. Okay, sweetie, you go and you take care of that. You know what's up? I'm just being very honest. There's a noise downstairs. Nobody knows what it is. Oh, the man has to go and handle that. While the woman is safely in the room. Think about it. Think about all the things that come with being a man and how little appreciation men get in society. And look at that grin on her face. Like she thinks this is one big game. She thinks this is a game. Like it's just sad. She's laughing. She's laughing, right? She's laughing at him. She's laughing at him, and she's laughing right, and she's basically laughing in the faces of his parents. but she thinks that she wears the pants. She can do what she wants because she has the money, so that gives her the value. I mean, my goodness gracious. By the way, guys, if you're enjoying this content, please go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Turn on notifications if you have not already, and like the video because it tells YouTube you like the content and you want to see more, so they'll show you more of my videos. I'm sorry, guys, for going on so long because I know that you like when the videos are just played, but this one has been a strange video because you can see that initially you didn't even know what was going on. There were subtitles, and now it took a while to really add context to it. But I'll go ahead and play the video.
You can't provide for me. I have to make my own money. I can't live off a couple $100. Like, you cannot provide for me, so why would I leave the United States?
She sat there and told the man that she was the breadwinner, that she makes money here in the United States. Why would she move to a country where she won't be able to work and get her money? And I get what she was trying to say, but it was just a point of there was a way and a time to say that, and it wasn't in front of his family. So last night they had the premiere of the new episode, and I guess he's been pretty much ghosting her at this point. And I must say, this foreign man made passport men proud, not only for getting rid of her and ghosting her, but validating some of the same reasons why us Western men are leaving Western women.
Guys, look at that. Look at that. So she got exactly what she got exactly what was coming to her. She thought that she was going to disrespect this man. She thought that she was going to tell him, this is how it is. I'm the boss. I'm the queen. I have the money. I have the value, right? I'm a doctor. Guys, she's not, she is a good looking woman. She's pretty. She's not very old, and she's, you know, and she's successful. But guess what? Guess what? She doesn't have a man. She doesn't have a man. All right. And she is feeling that. She is now feeling it. All right. She thought that she was going to tell this man, this is how it is, and you're going to do what I say. And now, and basically now he's ghosting her. Now he's not speaking to her. All right. I mean, what did she think was going to happen? She thought that he was going to end up acting like a beta male and doing exactly as she says. And she would be right. And then what she would be doing is she would be going out and she'd have relationships with Tyrone, with Ray, with Pookie. That she would continue with Chad, and she would continue that life. All right. And this guy would just be there to supplement her life. Because she was like, he's very good looking, so I'm going to have children with him. And he's going to be there to protect me. And he's going to be there to work in the house. And so basically, he's going to do the man things. And he's going to give her, she's going to take his reproductive material and use that to produce her children. And then, all right, and he's going to do all those things. He's going to be dad. He's going to do all these things. And then once she's done, she's going to get rid of him and then move on and leave him with nothing. And he has no say in the marriage, no say in the relationship. Like hear me out. She basically was, I understand where she was coming from, but you don't say things like that. I'm the breadwinner. I'm the one who does this, and this. Like she was not trying to say, she wasn't trying to use reason like, well, listen, we can make, like I said, we can make more money. She didn't say we, she said me. She didn't say we can make more money if I'm in the US. You know, I can make really good money and it can help us to give our children a better life. And I'm not trying to, you know, step on your feet and say that, and because you're the man in the relationship. And that's something that women have to acknowledge and understand. It's important that they make sure that the man knows that he's the man. But she basically was she's the type of person that wants a Father's Day gift. You know, when she has children and and the man is no longer in the picture, she wants her Father's Day gift. And it better be nice. It better be nice. None of that tie nonsense that men are that happens to men. Oh, I'm gonna give Dad a tie and a pair of socks. It better be something nice. Just like on Mother's Day, this is Mother's Day Part 2. Father's Day for single moms is just Mother's Day Part 2, and it better be nice. It better be nice, because mom likes diamonds. Moms likes diamonds. Mom likes diamonds. All right. Flowers are a start, and those better be expensive flowers. In fact, there's a specific flower shop that mom likes, and you already know what that is. All right, because she don't like those other cheap flowers. They only last so many days, and they're not even cut well. They don't smell good. They have like bee poop on them. No, don't mess with that. You're gonna get these flowers from so and so. All right, in Uptown Manhattan. And this is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about.
Alone. They think their money and their careers outweighs everything.
Yo no estoy pasando tiempo contigo porque tú eres una persona que me vive tirando muchas cosas en cara. Tu éxito y ese tipo de cosas. A mí no me gusta eso. Honestamente.
You know what? So, guys, I'm going to read this to you because it's going by very quickly. I'm going to read everything that he's saying. I'm going to read everything that he's saying so that you guys can understand what he's saying and draw from that, okay? He said, I'm not spending time with you
No estoy pasando tiempo contigo porque tú eres una persona
because you're a person
que me vive tirando muchas cosas en
who has always throwing things in my face,
cara. Tu éxito y ese
like your success and that sort of thing. Guys, look at her face. Just like, look how miserable she is. All right, she's a doctor and an attorney. Listen, I give you credit, sis. You all right? You worked hard. You're very intelligent. But guess what? You don't have. You can't hold a man. All right. You can't hold a man. Okay. You thought that you and she knows you disrespected this dude. You thought that you had all the power. Okay, because you had all the money. And guess what? Not and she it's soaking into her because she's not as young as she used to be anymore, and she knows it. And some of these women, she's a physician, so she has that knowledge in her head that 35 is 35. Her reproductive window is small. It's small and it's closing. And she's well aware of it. There's a lot of women today. They're like, oh my gosh, you can have kids at 45. I even know someone who had a child at 50. All right, 50. You can do it. They did it. You can do it too. Guy, and they're literally propping each other up. She knows. 35 is 35. After 35, it's hard. It's hard to have children after 35. Just because some other woman got lucky doesn't mean you will. And it's expensive. All right? Like how expensive? Like a doctor, even on a doctor's salary, it could literally wipe you out. Women could spend easily 100 to 150,000 or more. I'm not making this up, per year trying to get pregnant. It's such an using in vitro fertilization. It's so expensive depending on the clinic that you go to and the number of times that you try. And then there's the whole process of harvesting eggs. Oh my gosh. And then outside of the harvesting, then you're implanting those eggs. And then there's also a process. You also have to give yourself injections. It's not easy. All right? It's not easy. And here's the thing. Chad, Tyrone, Ray, Pookie, guess what? These dudes were fun to be around, but these dudes are not fathers. You can't make them a father. They're not father material. You can't have them in the home. Okay? There are women who will have children with them secretly and then have another man raise their kids, but these men cannot be fathers. Chad, Tyrone, Ray, Pookie, these men cannot be fathers. They cannot be fathers. Okay? Because they are for the streets. And that's the honest to goodness truth.
ese tipo de cosas. A mí no me gusta.
He said, I don't like that. All right? She's been disrespecting him. He said, I don't like that.
Honestamente, a mí no
Honestly, I don't like that.
me gusta eso. Después que salimos de Santo Domingo,
After we left Santo Domingo, I acted as if everything was okay.
como que si todo estaba bien. Pero después que
But as soon as we got
llegué al
to
hotel,
the hotel,
yo no aguanté y le dije que me
I had to leave and I left.
iba de ahí. Pues yo estaba incómodo.
I wasn't comfortable. Guys, She didn't even, you realize that she has not even invested. She's a doctor. She's a doctor, so she was able to go through medical school, and evidently she's also an attorney. Yes, I've met people who do that, doctors who have medical degrees and also law degrees. So she's a doctor and an attorney, but she literally said that she's not learning Spanish. If she had the capacity to go to medical school and to go to law school, she can learn Spanish. And she's making it clear she's not learning Spanish. That's not her prerogative. She does not have to. Wow. He needs to learn English. He says,
Cosas cambiaron.
He said, I was not comfortable. Things changed.
Cuando fuimos donde mi mamá,
When you went to my mom's, this is the big one. You don't disrespect. Guys, it's serious. How do you go to another man's country? You're not even in your own country, and you disrespect his family, and you do this in front of his mother? Look at the title. Passport sis gets put in her place for complaining about the way his family lives. So on top of that, not only did she put him down, but then she also shamed the man's family and spoke poorly. Like, look how poor they are. Why do they look so, I mean, look how they live. Oh my gosh. Guys, how do you go into someone's house and do something like that? Like, you lack so much humility. You don't have any humility whatsoever. Like, you're like, oh my gosh, but they're so poor. And you think that this guy is going to want to marry you?
dije que el baño es,
You went to my mom's house and you said the bathroom, this and
que el
that,
baño lo otro, el baño sí realmente
but the bathroom was clean. So she went to the house and she started complaining about the bathroom, but the bathroom was clean. Can you imagine this?
estaba limpio. Todo empezó desde ahí, porque siempre te ponen por encima
Because you always had to step over others.
de los demás. Tú eres un ser humano.
You are a human being. Ooh, guys, look at her face. Look at her face. My gosh. My goodness. Look at her face. She is so broken. You can see it. You can see it. Okay. This man had to really tell her, you are a human being. You are not a god. All right. You guys, I hope that many of you have stuck around to this point of the video. All right. Because this is absolutely beautiful. All right. This is absolutely beautiful. He is telling her, you are not a goddess. You are a human being.
Igual que todo el mundo.
Just like everyone else.
La persona que yo conocí en ese gimnasio,
The person I met at the gym,
yo pensé que iba a ser diferente,
I thought was a different person
hasta que
from who she ended up being.
se volvió una relación real.
Tú tienes que saber
You need to know that I'm a man
que yo soy un hombre y soy adulto.
and I'm an adult.
Y tú estás en mi país.
And you are in my country. Guys, guys, I'm a seasoned traveler. I'm a seasoned traveler. Guys, I have a package I'm working on for you, which is going to teach you how not to mess up in another country. I have a package we're working on for you guys that's going to teach you how to go to the Philippines and have the most success over there. But a lot of y'all, there's etiquette. There is etiquette to this stuff, all right? And you need to know how to speak to people, how to relate to people, and what not to say. And this is, guys, what do you think is going to happen to a lot of the American women? Because right now, you have the passport sisters. They're saying, oh my gosh, I'm going to go to another country and find me a man over there. A lot of them are saying that right now. All right. They're like, oh, I'm going to go and find me a man. The passport brothers can do this. I'm going to do this too. They're following men right now. And you're going to start seeing more and more women just like her that have their medical degrees, PhDs, JDs, everything else. All right. And they're going to career women to the top. And they're going to start following these passport bros overseas, thinking they're going to go and find the man over there. And those of them that are lucky to find anyone that's willing to marry them, willing to date them, they're going to have these kinds of attitudes. All right? Like, I'm the boss. And you know what's funny? If it was an American guy, a lot of American men would have caved. That's one of the big differences, because American men have been so relegated to basically backing down when it comes to women, because they are afraid that a woman is going to not only privately shame them, but publicly shame them, and the impact that could have on their life. And a lot of men don't even know what it means to be masculine anymore, because that has been stripped away from us. We don't know how to stand up to a woman. We allow women to treat us and say to us whatever they want to, and they'll keep testing us and pushing us and pushing us. All right. And a lot of guys will just take it until she either leaves or he just can't take it anymore. This is the honest to goodness truth. And she thought she was going to do there. And the worst part is that she's in another man's country and she's doing this type of thing. You need to understand, you're in their country. All right. You need to behave yourself. Okay. You don't want these people to turn against you. Right now you feel like you're on top of the world, all right? But you're not. You don't know how things work in their country, and a lot of women think that they have a pass because they're a woman. Lady, there are other women in these countries too. You are not the most beautiful woman in the world. You think you're more beautiful than all the women in their country? You think that you have more privilege than all the women in their country? You have women in their country who still end up getting arrested for a variety of different things, who end up getting in trouble, who face a variety of different consequences. They don't have that kind of past, but you think because you are a woman, and an American woman at that, you can go to their country and be foolish and act and be disrespectful? My goodness.
Hey.
So you're telling me that you haven't come around for all this time because I made you feel like a small man, and you didn't have the dignity to come to me like a man and tell me what the problem was. Instead, you chose to disappear and allow me to waste my money and be by myself.
Wow, do you hear this? So she heard everything he said and she felt it. And then how does she respond? By trying to shame him, put him down, and literally acting like she did not count, like it meant nothing to him. Oh, you felt like I hurt your ego and you made me spend all this money and stay by myself because you felt like, because I made you feel small? Wow.
Yo soy el hombre en la relación.
I'm the man in the relationship. You think you can control me? It's not like that. Did I not tell you? She thinks that she's going to go and get this man and tell him, you do what I say. I make the money. You're going to have children. You're going to father children with me. You're going to protect me. You're going to do the manly things in the home. You're going to, I'm going to come and go as I please. I have the money. I rule the house. This is what, and let me tell y'all right now, she's going to have she's not dumb. She's going to get a prenup. She's going to get a prenup because she's going to make sure to protect everything that's hers. And she's going to tell him, sign it or we're not getting married. And what do you get if we get divorced? You get nothing whatsoever. You get not a dime. You could leave with everything you brought into the marriage. Nothing. And there's a lot of men today, the orbiters, who are going to say, she's absolutely right. You shouldn't be looking for, a man should not be looking for anything in the relationship. All right. But if it was if the shoe was on the other foot, most men would not think of doing something like that. They would still ensure that she would receive something for the contribution she made to the family. Not half, but he wouldn't leave her high and dry. But the way that these women operate, oh no, you don't have it, you don't get anything. You need to learn how to take care of yourself. Even though she wants him to work in the home, he's supposed to get nothing out of the relationship, and from nothing whatsoever. And she still views herself as being the prize. He says, and I told y'all, he said, you think you could control me? It's not like that. It's so disrespectful. Like, she thought that she was gonna go down there and pick this dude up, and buy a person. Like, this is really ridiculous.
Me puede controlar a mí, no es así. A mí no me interesa el dinero.
I'm not interested in your money. And you could see the grief on her face. You could see the grief on her face. It's sad. She's a pretty girl, but you could see the grief on her face, and she does not know how to respond with humility. It's just not a part of her life. And he says, I'm not interested in your money.
for the last 6-7 months, you have asked me for money. And I've tried to support you the best way that I can.
Dime qué cantidad de dinero que
Tell me what the amount is that I need to return. This is so sad. This is so sad. You know, you go to another country and you're with a woman, you never hear about it, and you give her money, you help her, and you never, for example, you know, she wants him to go out on a date with her and dress a certain way. He doesn't have that kind of money, or to go to like travel to this place. He doesn't have that kind of money. All right? You meet a woman and you have in another country and you have certain expectations of her, but you're going to help her. And you are never going to turn around and say, but I gave you all this money. What kind of man does something like that? And yet, here she is immediately saying, I helped you, I gave you money.
tengo que devolvértelo y te lo voy a devolver. Dime, ¿cuánto que
Tell me how much I need to return and I'll return it. Tell me what you need
tú necesitas, que te lo voy a devolver.
and I'll give it back. This man, she's reduced, like she's completely destroyed this man, and she cannot even realize it. She can't even realize it. And what happens when she puts herself on? She's put herself on television. How many high-value men do you think are going to jump in a relationship with her? And why do you think she had to go to another country to find love? And she could easily find guys. A lot of high-value men are not marrying high-value women. They're not getting into relationships. They're going overseas. They're going overseas to find love right now. And now a lot of these women are now saying, oh, I'm going to go overseas and find me a husband over there too. And they think they're going to have it their way. And it's just not happening.
If that's what you think this is about, then I think you're still confused on the bigger problem.
Confundida está tu corazón.
You're the one who's confused, sweetheart.
Porque a pesar
Because even though I'm Dominican,
de que yo soy dominicano, tú piensas que yo no
you think I can't get that amount of money?
puedo conseguir esa cantidad de dinero. Al contrario,
On the contrary,
el dominicano
Dominicans work much harder than gringos, foreigners. Okay, yeah.
trabaja muchísimo más pesado que los gringos. ¿Tú no lo sabías eso?
You didn't know that.
He's a gringo.
Tú
You are a gringa? Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. Guys, this is so messed up. This is so crazy. Like, how do you go somewhere and you not learn any of the language whatsoever? Like, you don't even know like basic words. Like, when you go to the Philippines, you don't need to learn the actual language, but you need to know basic words, man. Basic words that you'll hear. Like, this is so sad. This is so sad.
eres gringa.
You out of your mind.
Even the foreign guys can't stomach these women BS. Look, you know how black women be real mad when they get to point their finger saying you didn't have the dignity to come and break up with me and look me in my face like a real man. No, we didn't have no dignity. You ain't have no dignity sitting there belittling me in front of my family and to my face. No, you gonna get ghosts just as normally, just like every other woman do. Bro look like he didn't even want to come meet up with her. It's good that he went ahead and did that to her face in front of them cameras, just like she did to him. And she'll be all right. She's a nice looking woman. But from this show, she's just going to get a bunch of dudes just trying to talk to her. And they'll date her a while, but it's pretty much going to be a situation of pump and dump. She's not going to be able to keep a relationship with any man.
It's hard for modern women to understand that the things that they've given their life for, their jobs, their families, and everything else, don't matter a hill of beans to men. Not to the kind of men you want. Don't matter a hill of beans to men. What does mean to a man who doesn't care about your education or your money? We don't need that. We need you to be fit, feminine, friendly, cooperative, submissive, a good reputation, and a healthy womb and a low body count.
A good reputation and a low body count, which is something that unfortunately a lot of modern day women no longer have, and they cannot provide. They really can. They really can't.
That's what high value men want. Oh, yes.
Check in on men.
Your people of color take over Saffron Brunch in Dubai for the Black Ad.
Doesn't matter. It's always the same. A whole bunch of them with very few or no men around. The same scenario. We see it over and over again, don't we? And in this case, it's the rise of the lonely, single, traveling woman.
You know how they have the passport bros? We need the passport sisters because we outnumber men. So eventually we're going to have to go out of the country to get us a husband.
Stop. Hi, I'm Cam, and I'm Jamaican. And you know what I'm tired of? When I see these videos and then you guys come back on TikTok 5 years later telling us your 37-part story on your Jamaican husband that you met at the hotel. Me personally would not recommend. Don't make him know your name, please, lady. I hope you did not exchange contact information. Keep it pushing. Put your finger down. If you went to Jamaica on vacation and you met the love of your life, what you thought was the love of your life, and then you married him, got the 90-day visa, brought him to America, had his children, then he married your sister and breed your mother.
Oh my gosh. Let me tell you what I hope you guys understand what she said. Y'all, these passport sisters think they're gonna go to Jamaica. And this is something she just literally let the cat out of the bag. That you have these passport sisters going to Jamaica and bringing these Jamaican men up to the United States. I've seen this on one of those shows, those 90-day fiance shows. It does happen. And these women, they go to Jamaica and they marry these men. They think they met the man of their dreams. And then these Jamaican men, they come up to America. They go marry her sister and then sleep with her mother. Like, this is the oh my gosh.
What's tired out?
Western women just will never get it. Men worldwide want cooperation, femininity. Passport sisters are never going to be a thing. But that's all I got in this video. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button.
I mean, guys, what do you think about this? What do you think? This is something else. Passport sisters leaving the West are not finding the same success as passport bros. Are you surprised by this? I want to know what you guys think in the comments. Like the video if you like it. Don't forget to subscribe. And if you like the video, share the video. Just remember that all roads lead to MWA, men walking away. And cheers.